everything I'm watching at the minute, everything, I'm just want to fucking kill people. I just want to fucking go to Hollywood and start fucking going on a huge murder spree. I just want them out. I want them all fucking gone. I want the whole fucking. I'm gonna plant a fucking row of fucking explosives going from fucking the border of Canada all the way down the San Andreas Fault, and I'm gonna just fucking go boom. Fucking let that piece of the world just fuck off into the fucking Pacific and go.
I remember, I think it was last year. I could have sworn I heard that Vice was going out of business, and I kind of celebrated that, at least on Odyssey, with like a blog article because I couldn't record at the time. But I kind of am sad they're still around, specifically for this what I'm about to talk about. Vice are subhuman garbage. They are everything wrong with journalism, both in the past and the present. And to anyone who is going to come to this and say, well, no, these are people who are acting in bad faith. No, no, this has been journalism for a while now. When it is beneficial to a journalist to ruin someone, destroy their life, and probably create a situation where someone might consider self-deleting, yeah, no, they will do it. And them lying about someone or taking some out of context is nothing new. And anyone who doubts me, one, may succuck my choice. But two, there was to give you an example of how long journalists have been corrupt as fuck. Back in the sort between World War One and World War Two, I'm blanking the exact date. There was a term called yellow journalism, and no, this did not relate to Asians. At least I don't think it did. Sorry to remember now. It was basically like, yeah, no, you tell us what you no, we'll come up with the news story, then the public will react, or sort of. It basically was like we make the news, not the other way around. It's kind of like that douchebag BJ Jerome saying that we tell you what to think. But then again, he was a filthy commie, and as we all know, commies are soulless scum. Kind of like Vice. The only difference is Vice has the mental maturity of high schoolers. And honestly, saying maturity is being very generous. Uh, these are not these are not good people. Like people used to say game journalists are like people who couldn't hack it as journalists or who couldn't become. No, they are no different than most modern journalists. I know this? Because the same journalists that they couldn't find work alongside do similar things. They write hit pieces, they write bullshit, they are horrible people. And there is never that moment where they wonder, am I a shithead? There's never that moment of where they just wonder that aloud, or even to themselves for a brief moment of intellectual honesty, or at least fairly certain. It's probably 50-50, but I bet yeah, no, these are soulless whores.
Am I a bad person?
And I suppose I should give some context. VTuber Kirsche, who quite honestly has found a way to top the Florida Man horror stories I've read, or even the Belle Sanders story in terms of disturbing with her sounding bits, where she talks about things like the guy who is assaulting the worms with smoke, and then goes, "It feels best when they do a U-turn inside your urethra." Yeah, she talks about really funny but fucked up stuff. So Florida Man on crack, or a stronger drug than Florida Man normally would take. And Vice decided, like, oh, she made this unacceptable comment about a certain thing. Problem is, they took her way out of context. And anyone who's going to say, like, no, yeah, they did. From what, because this is not the first time something like this has happened with Kershaw already. Like, I know before this, she had been basically kicked out of a VTuber convention where she was already going to go. And then because of some volunteers who said, I don't feel comfortable being this. Okay, you could have quit, you stupid sacks of shit. And I'm assuming this was in California, because that or Austin. There's no bigger den of pussies I've ever had the misfortune of being aware of. But yeah. And basically they tried to say like she was like defending or standing up or just agreeing with this woman who called someone the N-word, who was recording her and messing with her kid, I might add. Which, by the way, progressives, if you're pissed about this, this is on you. You have destroyed the ability for us to take situations like this seriously, and the fact that you are trying to fuck with that woman and Kershaw tells me all I need to know about your evil asses. Now that you belong being burned at the stake. Actually, no, actually no, you don't. You should be dropped on a deserted island with nothing but a pistol with one lead ball, and And when you fire it, it goes all that comes out is a little sign flag that says bang. Son of a bitch. He Looney Tuned me. Empire of the Caribbean to me. Yeah, no, these are not nice people. They are horrible people. They are garbage. They are garbaggio, if I was to borrow from another term. Oh, also a creeper who also had made a slanderous hit piece against this woman. Also had said he wanted to forcibly breed women. So, yeah, don't know how relevant that is, but yeah, I often find people who virtue signal and do this kind of crap are way creepier. You know, like the guys who wrote 1000 hit pieces on Sound of Freedom, which I am still shocked that was not a black propaganda film to inspire white guilt based on the title. But yeah, no, at least one of the fuckers who could not shut up about that film, it later turned out he was a pedo. So yeah, not too surprising. But the fact they have done this, I'm just like, have you fuckers learned nothing? You do this again and a fucking again, and it always backfires. And it gets to the point where I feel like the fish people in SpongeBob. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, again, journalists are horrible people. They've always been a stone's throw from shitty influencers. And if you doubt this is like something that's only been going on for like maybe 2 or 3 years now, maybe around Gamergate, no, this is a thing that's been going on even longer recently. Hell, we had this one incident in the Middle East, like back when we were fighting in Iraq. A guy named Osborne, and I mainly learned about this to unsubscribe, but yeah, apparently it was an actual thing. Um, they had a guy named Osborne. He was like one of the newer ones who was developing PTSD. They had him go clean up an area where there was a severed head. Well, Rolling Stone was with him at the time and asked him to hold up the head and smile. Yeah, when that picture was used in a article, it was called. It basically said "Psycho Soldier smiles while holding severed head," and I'm paraphrasing there, but yeah, no. Journalists are horrible people. They will do anything for clicks. And I'm actually enjoying the fact that some of this has backfired majorly on these douchebags because, yeah, you got her to lose a sponsor, but you also showed once again, Vice, you are subhuman garbage. I mean, you already wrote a hit piece on anime, and all you did is show yourself being xenophobic cunts. Also, the people who nominate you for an award are hacks and a joke to the whole human fucking race. I have to ask, when do you stop and think for a second? Okay, am I trying to get myself killed? Because at this point, I'm like fingers crossed. Games journalists broadly stop having any control, influence, or employment because you guys are horrible people. Hell, calling you people is me being generous. I'm pretty sure dogs have more right to be called humans than you. No, better yet, orangutans have more right to be called a sentient species than you, because at least an orangutan I can actually see as being a decent thing. And also, they're kind of funny to look at, and they always have been since I was a kid. Uh, and the fact that they went after her based on what she's like, the fact that you people of all are doing this shit. You only cry foul when people clap back, and it's also kind of annoying because when they do this to people, the people they do it to probably would have some reservations about clapping back at them legally because that requires revealing their face in some cases, which is bad if you know anything about these people's psycho sycophants at Vice, who make a habit out of trying to fuck with people and get them killed that are doxxed, or swatted, which in turn can get you killed if a cop is not disciplined enough with a trigger pull. So yeah, no, it is disgusting. I'm glad to see that people have been coming out. I am kind of disgusted to see our other douchebag VTubers who are, yes, trying to use this for their own personal gain. But uh, then again, ghouls have always been a thing. So the only difference is now the ghouls are online. Like I'm pretty sure some people who know what ghouls are, like I miss the days when ghoul was a story that mom used to tell me to make sure I stayed in bed at night, or when ghoul was just a word for a zombie in Night of the Living Dead 1, when the zombies didn't just walk, they actually did more. But yeah, that's nothing new. But I am liking that. I'm also liking the fact that it came back to bite the sponsor in the ass. Like, you cannot like Kirsche. I get that. Not everyone likes everything. I'm not a fan of the fact that Kirsche is apparently simps for Asmongold. But at the same time, if you tell me to choose between siding with them or Vice, oh yeah, no, I'm siding with Asmongold and Kirsche temporarily. The second I think they'd fuck me over in a heartbeat, I want nothing to do with them. But yeah, Vice are evil people. They are garbaggio, as I said before, garbage people, and I wish them the worst. And the fact that this is blowing back on them is kind of funny to me, and I also hope it continues to blow back on them harder because, as we all know, these people are not good at making allies. They are better at burning bridges worse than any military or army. Like, some people will probably think, oh, I'm pretty sure dynamite will go through a bridge fast. Oh, no, no, no. Just have Vice try to protect it or defend it. That'll make it way worse real fast. Like, the protagonist from Hell on Wheels would be jealous of how these dipshits take out bridges. And I think that's where I'm going to end it. That's more or less my thought on the subject between Kirsche and Vice. Again, Vice, go fuck yourselves. Kirsche, keep traumatizing people with the. Oh, yes, and Vice, before I think I'll end this on a very specific note. To borrow from Ailstorm, I look forward to the day when we sneak upon you and shove an anchor up your big fucking arse. To embrace manner Scots. Anyway, have a nice day.
A true victory is to make your enemies see they were wrong to oppose you in the first place. To force them to acknowledge your greatness. Then you kill them. Only if it's necessary.